Okay, so we're here in the Upper Charles Trail in Milford and looking for a place to paint. I've been through this trail many a time and I knew this was a nice place, but I haven't painted this way. And this right here I can see two paintings. I mean, there's one looking this way. Matter of fact, I'll take a picture of that now for future reference. Get the camera out. Because you never know, you get the light just the way you want it, you got to grab it. I like the way the light's filtering in there. But this is also nice because we got the dark tree over here and the light behind it, and then we got the dark foliage there, and then the light, and then the water. This is very good too. I think I'll go with this one and I'll keep that in reserve for another time. This is the painting. This is the painting right there. Yeah, so you want to, well I do, I always check to see where the light's at a certain time, morning and night. This is the morning, it's 8:15, and the light's behind us coming down this way, and it's pretty dramatic, and I like it because it's highlighting areas, different areas along here. It's a little bit dark here, and then you get the dapper light. That's good. I think that's good painting. You got the rock down here with the water. That adds interesting feature. So that's what we're going to do. If you know of any place that's worth painting, please let us know. You can get in touch with Michelle at the Milford Cable TV, or you can go on my website, VL Thayer Fine Art, and drop us a note, and we'll check it out. Good. Hi, I'm glad you came back. We're working on episode 2, or episode 8, part 2. And we're doing a scene from the Milford, Louisa Lake area. And this, if you remember or not, if you send in a picture or contact us on my website or the TV station here, Milford Cable TV, and let us know where there's a good place to go, we'll come and video and take pictures of it, and maybe I'll paint it. Just like this one here. This is a picture that's down in Louisa Lake in Milford. We picked this one up because I like the light in the back, and then you got the dark, then the light in the back. It's very interesting. So this is what we're working on. We got up to this point here. So we got to add in the big trees here, big leaves. But before we do that, we're going to have to add some detail to the distant trees here, forest. This has a little bit here. I don't want to go in too much detail because that's not the feature there. But it needs a little bit more. And then we're going to have the water here. Some texture to this trunk, and this one here as well. And there's going to be a bush here, which we'll add. This rock I might use my artist license and make it a little bit bigger. Maybe I'll have some light hitting it. Okay, so we'll get started with this. So I'm going to get my medium, which is liquid. And get a little bit of liquid over here. And I just want to show a little bit of difference in the structure of the trees over there. Put some of that on there. I need a little bit more red. I got to be careful with this alizarin crimson. It's a very potent, very powerful color. A little bit goes a long way. All right. Take a touch of green, mix that in there. Oh, we got too much green there, Verne. We got to cut that back. So that looks like it's too dark, but we're gonna wipe that off. We just want to kind of like stain it. There we go. Okay, back to a little bit of highlight. I want the sun to be hitting that area there. And hitting that area as well. Never too bright. There we go. Because we got this dark green here, and the sun is hitting behind it. It makes it very dramatic. So we'll get that in here. Touch in here there a little bit. Again, this will probably be covered with that tree. Okay. Do I want it to be lighter? I think I'll just hit it there. And then again, this over here is going to be all covered up. But I want that a little bit lighter. Not that light, Verne, not that light. There we go. That's it. So I don't want to cover out all that dark green over there, because that helps separates the light color. That helps separates the light color from the dark. Maybe I'll put a little bit over here. I don't think we'll have it, but all right. Okay. Now we have a little shadow area down here. So we got some dark over here, some dark here, and then it's all over the place in different spots. little darker right in here. All right. I like that. Now let's show a little darkness in this water. The reflection. Of course, the reflection is going to be darker. Take a rag or thing, you know, just to soften it up. There we go. And I'm going to use a beat up old brush. As you can see, it's she's not the prettiest thing, but that's what I want. That's what I want. I want to show a little bit of the shadow area up here, down here, in the water. I want it to be a little bit hit and miss. Because what we're seeing here is a reflection of the tree, but it's underneath the leaves that we're seeing reflecting on the face of the water. Now there is a shadow being cast right across there. And that shadow is pretty heavy, even along here. So we'll put that in. I'm using that mixture of French ultramarine blue and alizarin crimson. With some liquid. On this big bush, we've got one limb coming here and some straggly limbs coming here. As a rule of thumb, we don't show leaves that are coming out of the sky and they're not anchored to a tree or something like that. But I think what I'll do is I'll just use these here to show the foliage. Make these a little bit bigger, and that'll be the tree that's putting all this green in. Okay. The sun is hitting it on this side as opposed to the back. So the darker leaves will be in the background there, and the lighter leaves will be mixed in here somewhat. A lot of it's in shadow. So we'll put the darker leaves in first. This here is Indian yellow. Indian yellow, they'll probably have to change that name. I think I might do just a gradation of the green. That's what I'm going to do. This is the dark right here. And this is the lighter color right here. Mix it with some of this. Some yellow. So, let's mix some of this in. Now you can see we got a dark green all the way up to the light, very light green. And sometimes I like to branch off a little bit. A little bit of Lindrum Crimson and French Ultramarine Blue. Get some green in there. And we'll break that down a little bit, but I'm going to use the Indian yellow instead. There's the light color now. I'll hit it with some of this brighter yellow. There we go. So we got a different, more of an army type of green. Okay, so that's coming all the way over here. I don't know if I want to do that. I'm going to back it off a little bit, not go quite so far over. I don't think that we need that. You'll notice I'm not being very particular in the brush, and yet it's kind of a trick to make it look like leaves. One of the tricks is practice. Practice, practice, practice. And you step back, and you should squint your eyes. Now we're not doing a photograph here, so we keep in mind what works better. Not necessarily what the photograph has, but what works better. All right, so I think that's not too bad. All right, let's get this down.
Let's do the same. Okay, I'm gonna now just lighten it up a little bit. Take some of that. And there's 2 trees here, so. And I'm going to use this purple here for the shadow. Here we go. I use a knife fairly often. I like what it does. It's somewhat unpredictable, but I seem to like the outcome. Oh, I got it on my sky. We can fix that. Can we fix it? Yes, we can. Can we make it worse? Yeah, we could do that too. There we go. Okay. We'll put in some texture on that over here, like that, yeah. So this is going to be lighter now. We'll need some more brown, some more Naples yellow, liquid. Let me grab some more white. I think we'll need some more. Let's see what we got here. All right. So this is pretty much not getting a lot of sun, so there's not a lot of shade, shadows. It's pretty much give it a little color. Maybe add a little bit of blue. Just lightly skimming over it. Just got a little bit on the back side there. And just touching it. Oh, that was not planned that way. But we got saved because there's going to be all kinds of green. Okay. So let's get back to where we were laying out this green. Okay, so that comes out okay, I'm going to darken that Put some more in there, a little darker. And I'll switch brushes. Now we're going to have to put some stuff on here, but I got a lot of paint on my knife. Okay. And I'm going to lay that on gently and pull it away. I'm going to carry that dark, real dark stuff. I'm blending it in a little bit there. Okay. Now for the up here, I think I'll do a whole different thing. I squeeze my tube and I get the paint out, and then what I do is squeeze the opposite way. See, I flattened it out here. Now I squeeze it this way a little bit, right? See the paint come up there? Now watch when I squeeze it this way. It sinks back in. Kind of helps keep the paint in the tube and not all over the threads and all over the cap. What are we going to do different? We're going to get this paper towel. I'm going to stick it in my hand like that. And I'm going to put the ends in there like that. Put that side in. Put that in. Stick that one in there too. And that's what we got, this little flower-like thing. And I'll dump that in the palette. Get a little color. And watch, we'll just lay some leaves in here. Now that's another way you can do it. You do whatever works for you. I use a rag a lot to do this. But for me to use a rag, I would have to have remembered to bring the rags in. Darken that a little bit there. Okay. Now, we'll take a brush. I should have brought a different brush, of course, but we'll do what we can do. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to make this look realistic, of course, but there's groups of leaves in some areas and not so many in others. Now, that's pretty thick on there, so we have to put it on a little bit thick over here too, so that the texture continues on. and step back. Step back, and I think we're going to fill this in here a little bit more. Okay. Now this is green moss or grass, whatever you want. Let's put some, let's see, maybe there's a branch here. You see part of it there, trunk there. I think that can be a little bit darker. Make it darker, we add a little bit of blue and a little bit of alizarin crimson, which is red. Some more liquid. It's very seldom that I use paint right out of the tube. Your paint in your tube is like an adjustable wrench. It fits all sizes if you adjust it. And by adjusting, I mean adding color to it to change the intensity of it, the color, the hue, the value, whatever. And you don't have to put in every single branch or limb. You're a magician. You're just given ideas and you let them figure it out. And that's more enjoyment. They get more enjoyment out of your painting. And you'll find all kinds of, like that's too dark, Verne. Oh my goodness. Did we ruin it? No. There we go. There's all kinds of enjoyment with painting. It's, how can I explain it? One of the things that I like about it, yeah, I'll be painting and then I run into some trouble and I keep working at it and keep working at it and I solve it. And that's some of the greatest enjoyment that I get out of it. Of course, the painting coming out right, and someone also likes the looks of it, that's enjoyment. But the challenge is really satisfaction by solving it. Now, I don't finish painting as fast as this. This is more of a demo. I can be a lot more tedious at home. This is wet on wet as well, but the difference is the paint on here is a lot thinner than the paint we put on with the palette knife. So I don't have to lay it on so much. So I'm going to just kind of like lay it on top and drag it a little bit. And when I drag it a little bit, it might blend in with the other darker color. But that's okay. That's all right. I like that. Soften it up with that, like that. Get some more paint off. Now we can touch this up a little bit. Now dark paint we can put on top of this. And then back here. See, I'm not putting every leaf in there. I just want to make suggestions that you can see there's some variation in color. So the leaves must be closer, further away, or the sun's hitting it. For the ground, that's just it's too much the same stuff. So we'll change it up a little. Use a knife again. Put some on there. Okay. And I'm going to just drag it on. Drag it on. Now I'll get some lighter stuff here. And so we're going to have some light coming in here. I want some light hitting that rock. The rock's so far over that it wouldn't, but if I make that rock bigger and put it over here, I'll put another rock right here maybe. That's what I'll do. Put another rock there. That's what I'll do. So we're going to blend this a little bit. Careful not to go in the water. Okay. So now let's make a rock. Let's make a rock. That's a good color there. We'll start with that color. Now I get my little trusty one, tiny little one. I'll make some lighter color. But I don't want to make it a perfect blend. I want it to be, you know, not mixed up very well on the knife. So let's see what happens if I take that and go here. Just okay. Now let me take some of this darker stuff. Let me put that over here. Have to go like that. Now ideally, I would make that texture there and let it dry, and then lightly go over it and let the high spots catch what little paint I have on the bottom of my palette. But if you were doing this plein air, you wouldn't have that option. So let's get that little rock over here. Too much white there. All right. Now let's just give it a wipe. I like it going this way. Maybe this can go this way, yeah. Okay, now, leave that for now. Let's put some grass in. Okay. Now let's take this little bit of blue. Let's work on this little bit of water here. Okay. Maybe, just maybe, we can see a little bit inside the water. There we go. A little bit like that. Get this little fine little thing. And we want a light color. Now, a lot of people would use bright white, just white, but that's not necessarily the right color all the time. So what if we dull it down a little bit, make it more of a gray. We take that and we just touch it here. Okay. And of course it's up around the rock there. Maybe you wouldn't see it everywhere. Maybe there would be all right. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got to do this. Wow. There we go. Yeah. Sounds good. Look, seems good to me. You know what, I'm going to play with this thing. There we go. Done. I hope you enjoy that. I did. We made mistakes and we fixed them and tried something different and improvised because we didn't have this or that. And we still got the painting done. Yeah, I think that was a good job. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you will come back again when we have another painting episode. And now don't forget, if you know of a place that's good, please send a notice into the cable TV here in Milford or to my website, VL Thayer Fine Art, and let us know the location. And we'll come out and have a look. And if it's something we can do, we'll photograph it and everything and invite you to come in when we do that. And maybe you can tell us a little bit about the area, why you like it, and stuff like that. Okay? Now until then, grab a brush and enjoy yourself. Good night.